Hi, it's Gary Bourne at Royal LePage, Sussex, and can you believe it? We're almost halfway through the year already. Now let's take a look at what's happening in North Vancouver real estate for the month of May. As usual, we're going to break down the three categories of detached, townhouses, and apartments. And keep in mind when we're comparing things to year over year, last year, of course, in this same month, we're deeply into the pandemic. So not too much activity. For detached, we had 129 sales, which was up 153% year over year and 8% above the 10-year average. We had 249 new listings, which was 86% up year over year and 14% higher than the 10-year average. And with total listings, which would be supply, we had 285, which was down 7% for the same month last year and down 27% over the 10-year average. Looking to townhomes, we had 51 sales, up 89% year over year, and an increase of 31% over the 10-year average. We had 68 new listings, which was 51% over the same month last year and 13% above the 10-year average. And with total listings for townhomes, there were 87, down 12% year over year and down 14% over the 10-year average. And finally, with apartments, there were 171 sales, which is 217% above the 10-year, above year over year, and 57% up over the 10-year average. For new listings, there were 270 apartments, up 78% over the same month last year, and up 41% over the 10-year average. And total listings with apartments, we ended up at 289, which was down 10% year over year and down 23% over the 10-year average. Okay, so to better understand the relationship between supply and demand, we go to the sales to active ratio. And keep in mind, a balanced market is between 12 and 20%. So all three categories are deeply into the seller's market, with apartments and attached the highest, and then detached coming in at 44.6%. So let's see how supply and demand is affecting the prices. For detached, we ended up at 1,902,000, which is 23.2% up year over year and about 13.8% up in the last 6 months. Townhouses, we ended up at 1.104, which was 12.8% up over the same month last year and about 9.8% over the last 6 months. And then finally, apartments, we ended up at 654,000, up 10% year over year and about 8.5% up over the last 6 months. So, I often get people asking me, what's happening in the marketplace? And I can tell you that anecdotally, we are finding that there are fewer competitive offers coming in. But let's see how that looks statistically. What I've done is I've calculated the number of sales that have gone at or over the listing price. So with detached, this is over the last 3 months, we can see that we went from about 76% down to 64% selling at or over the list price. Townhomes kind of took up the slack. We went from 68% to 78% last month. And apartments are staying pretty much the same, right around 60%, 59, 60, and then 58% the most recent month. So there you have it. The market's still very active, maybe a little bit less frothy. And if you need any further information, please don't hesitate to give me a call. You can always get me, Gary Bourne, at 604-787-9418. Thanks a lot. Bye now.